back. She's back. Let's do this. Hi everyone, it's Steph with Tiny's Garden. I have not been on here in a while, so I am doing my best. Seriously, a bug on the intro. Let's restart, shall we? I haven't been on in a little while. We've got construction going on in our house and a bunch of things were going on, but I wanted to really get on and give you an update on my dahlias, this bug, and maybe do some small bouquets today because I do have some that are blooming and are ready to be put in a vase. So let's go ahead and do that. For all of our new, oh my goodness, this bug. For all of our new people here, I am Steph, gardening in Zone 5B in the Chicago area. This is the first year, full year in our new property, which is very wooded. And so the dahlias in the front area get much more shade than they probably should. So that's been a very big experiment. I've had 2 bloom up front so far, but then I have some over here in the front of the house and in the back of the house that are either in containers or in the ground in more full sun, and those have actually done really well, especially the ones in the containers. So that's where we're at. You're up to speed. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is my prettiest, most full one. Flip Flap is what it's called, from Swan Island Dahlia Company, and she is gorge. Look at her right there. What a beauty. Wildcat from Swan Island Dahlia Company. Here's an up close view of her. She's starting to open here. Very fun yellow with red tips color. There's one blooming there, and we've got several more buds coming in too. Come on with that color. Red, orange with yellow in the middle. I love it. Okay, now we are in the front garden bed. There's the driveway. This is where I did a drift of dahlias, starting with that one right there, coming up and around. These are starting to grow. I'm really hoping we get some blooms. This one's doing rather well. You can see there's more sun in this area, and this one actually did bloom. Of course, my ID tags have vanished, but it was a purple one. I'll show you it inside. It's in a vase starting to wither away, but that one we did get a bloom. And as we come up here, Waltzing Matilda has not bloomed for me yet. Get my shadow out of the way. Have kind of stopped growing as much. So hopefully we get something from them. There's a little one there, and then we do have a bloom right here. Again, no ID tag. Let me get my stick out of the way, but a really beautiful fall color. A gorgeous yellow orange with a little, very little faint striping of red. There we can see her. You're pretty. These are 3 of my container dahlias, and these are doing wonderfully in the containers. I popped these in pretty late, well into June, just so I could use the tubers. Wasn't sure if they would thrive or not, and as I said, my container ones are actually doing quite awesome. So no blooms on these yet, but plenty of buds if we take a peek, especially on here. This one's getting ready to open up. And our last one down here, we've got some buds on this one too. Shouldn't be long, I think. Again, excuse all this dead foliage. We had to pull all of these out from in front of our garage when we got the new wall up. Okay, coming through our back garden gate, how about that amaranth from seed that I just popped into those? This one needs water, but gosh, she's really pretty. Okay, coming through here, hello pumpkin trellis. Look who is climbing up on the pumpkin trellis. Our pumpkin archway is doing really well. I have not seen any female flowers on this yet, which is where the actual pumpkin would start to grow from. There's a little bump on the end of a female flower as opposed to a male. I have one out front. I'll show you the difference real quick. See how this guy is just a straight line connected to that flower. I've got one in the front with a female flower. I'll go show you that. Here in Pumpkin Alley, the pumpkins I put into the ground by seed by the driveway in our construction zone. And this is Rug Day. I'll put the rest of that name on the screen because obviously that stick is done for. But if we travel down here, yay! The first female pumpkin flower I've spotted. See that circle bump on the end of the flower? That means it's a female flower. When that's pollinated, that should turn into a pumpkin. Back to dahlias here, passing our pepper plants. Look at this guy. I'll try and go through the chicken wire. I believe this one is breakout. See if I can focus. Might be hard to see these because of the bunny fence I've been forced to put up. We had one on here, checkers. It was beautiful. Oh, let's see if we can get this one. Can we see her there starting to open up? I've harvested 2 of these. Right there. While we're out here. Hi, beautiful Lysianthus. I love you. And over here in the cut flower garden, another one. Yeah, we're gonna harvest you today too. This one has done so beautifully, which I'll zoom up on the actual dahlia. I believe this is Shadow Cat. There we go. Shadow Cat. I've already gotten some blooms off of her and she's still going, doing great in that pot. The patio is the most full sun spot I have, so container dahlias may be my way to go. There's the red crepe myrtle that I'm going to try and overwinter in zone 5B. She's growing though. And then this has been one of my favorites so far. What a gem, am I right? This, I believe, is from the red mix that had a bunch of different ones in there, and they've already gotten several blooms off of her. Just gorgeous. And lastly, these 3 pots back here, again, I put in pretty last minute, well into June, and these are actually $15 pots I got from Target that are self-watering on the bottom that I wouldn't usually use, but I didn't want to buy anything more expensive right now, and they're growing. The leaves are wilting a little bit. I think I'm going to water them tonight. I did water the biggest one, but not the other 2. So I'm going to give those 2 some more water this evening, but they're coming on. Okay, back inside now. So obviously the dahlias in full sun have done much better. And also actually, I'm a little surprised how well the container dahlias have done. But since they're in full sun, they seem to thrive anyways. The ones that are in more shade up front by the driveway are definitely not as prolific. But I am getting some blooms, which is encouraging. So we'll see how it goes through the rest of September, even though we're starting to get colder temperatures. Okay, so I started putting the whole video together, and it would be forever long if I included actually harvesting and making bouquets. But this is a sneak peek of how they turned out. And I'm loving them. And they're gorgeous. So hit part 2 of the videos for harvesting and making a dahlia bouquet, and we'll see you there. Subscribe if you haven't followed along yet. We'd love to have you here, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!